because I got to have my name. Now in Europe, the rest of the world, they don't forget you. But I got to get my name around the world again. And I got lucky enough, thanks to Jerry Weintraub, I got in The Specialist. Stallone, Sharon Stone, and this picture for me, I consider a personal commercial. This picture go 130 countries, there's the name Steiger again, and gradually things begin to move.
As you look back, what are you proudest of?
Who am I proudest of?
What are you proudest of?
My family today. My son's 4 years old. My wife's beautiful and 36.
How old are you?
72 on April 14th.
What was it like to be a father at 68?
A miracle. No, we had
Good
a hard
line,
time.
well delivered.
We had a hard time. It took us 5 years.
You want that?
I won't go into detail. Oh, you kidding? Yeah.
All right.
Well, number one, I was like every other idiot. At 50, I said, I don't want to be 70. I don't walk around like this, 70 years old. Here I am going to be 72, the best time of my life.
When you're a father at 68,
Yeah.
do you feel like a father or a grandfather?
No, you feel like a father because emotions have no age. No, you're with the boy, you're ready to go. What I feel a little guilty about is I'm not a very good playmate. I'm a better instructor. No, I'm fairly athletic. I'm just not that kind, you know. But to take them out and talk about things and show them different trees and in the pool, there I'm in my glory.
Do you ever say to yourself, Anthony Quinn told me he doesn't, do you ever say to yourself, he's going to graduate high school, I might not be here?
Yeah, but I say I hope he and my wife are healthy. I'm kind of an agnostic, and I talk twice a day to something. And I always say on my boy's 21st birthday, my wife should be there and my son physically healthy and mentally healthy, physically stronger and mentally stronger. And if I can make it no more ill than I am today, fine. If I can't, give me 15 more years. But I want them to be together. That's the important thing.
The craft of acting.
Yeah.
The key is you got to need it.
No, to want a profession, you gotta need it to feel fulfilled. And there's no way of defining craft of acting.
What separates the good ones from the really good ones?
They have the ability. They have the ability to completely somehow believe after peer rehearsal, it's happening to me. It's my mother who's dead, not a character's mother. See, that's called representation. Old-fashioned actors, they say, well, I think the character. When I hear an actor, they say, well, I think the character. You do your homework, you say, it's my mother, something's got to happen in front of the camera. You become the character immediately, you start to assume the responsibilities or problems of what's written. But I take it personally, it's my mother they're talking about, it's my son, and then you can shift them all around. Like we were talking about Capone, I'm going to have a good reputation. I say to myself, I remember them taking my money out of the thing, so I say to the guy, I'll break your goddamn head. You're going to respect me? The name is Capone.
All right, it's been said that the great actor, we were discussing Al Pacino earlier, he's a classic example of it, takes risks.
Yeah.
That means he or she will what? Go to the edge? Willing to fail?
Acting to me is exploring life in front of an audience. That takes a lot of guts to begin with, because sometimes you're going to go so far off. But what can I give you as an actor? I can only give you a memory, but a memory means I'm part of your thinking process, which means I'm part of your brain. That ain't a bad gift.
Are you easy to direct?
So what's new at the track? I am when I think it, my thing is logic. I don't care who's directing. You know, if you come out of the rain, you got to be wet. I couldn't say when I first came to Hollywood, they hit me with the atomizers. I'll never forget. What is it? Well, they're talking about a big storm out there. See, when you come on, you got to look wet. And you go with the perfume atomizer. So I took the bucket, poured the water over my head, and I came in. This guy goes to the other guy and says, he's difficult. He's protecting his job. And the next thing you know, they say he's difficult. I remember Johnny Carson or somebody said, what? I said, look, Cliff was difficult, Brando was difficult, Dean was difficult, De Niro was difficult, Pacino was difficult, Hoffman's difficult, Daniel Day-Lewis is difficult, and is that difficult? I will be difficult for the rest of my life, because what are we doing? Trying to defend logic. Logic. If you're sick, you got to look like it. If it's raining, you got to be wet. This got nothing to do with taking over a movie.
All right, what then does a great director do? Is he a storyteller?
A great director, no, good director. You know, when you're a good director, it's like a good father, when he can help a child or an actor when he's in trouble. That's it.
His input is good.
He can help you when you're in trouble. You say, come on, let's take a walk. Like Sidney Lumet. Nah.
His greatness was?
Well, he was an actor. He was a child actor. He doesn't say get angry. He comes walking along and says, you like Van Gogh? I say, I love paintings. He says, this guy uses a toilet paper. You say, what? You're ready. He spits on that. Let's do the scene again. I'll kill him. He knows how to motivate you. Not intellectually, all that talk. It's method. The press made that up to make a war between the two generations of actors.
In Zhivago, you play a very weak man.
Yeah. Weak?
Well, weak in that he's a political player. He's
very sharp. The only mistake was he thought he had a one-night stand and fell in love with her.
I know, but I mean, he's a bureaucrat, classic communist bureaucrat. Was that hard? Because you are not. You are not a classic bureaucrat.
No, I never. Civil service was enough.
He's a finagler. He's a...
Well, he was a very smart... To my mind, when I went to his back home, this guy's got a great art collection. He's versed in everything. And he had to be a finagler because somehow he kept his life fairly free within that kind of government. Yeah, so he had to be pretty sharp. And he fell in love with a girl who he thought he was just going to, so to speak, a weekend with. And it would happen to a lot of people, male or female. Holy God, he was hooked. And everybody said, what a terrible... I said, terrible? You name me a man that goes to warn the woman he loves she's in danger in front of the man that took her away from him, and you call him bad? You must be blind.
Back with our remaining moments with Rod Steiger after this.
Now, I know exactly what you think of me and why. But if you're not coming with me, she's not coming with me. So are you coming with me? Do you accept the protection of this ignoble Caliban on any terms that Caliban cares to make? Or is your delicacy so exorbitant that you would sacrifice a woman and a child to it?
72 years young, he's the father of a 4-year-old, he's licked depression, he's had an enormously successful career. What next? Where do you go now?
Just stay mentally healthy and physically healthy and make sure my son and my wife respect me, whether I'm alive or to hear my name today or tomorrow.
Keep on working?
Oh, yeah. Men are retired. I mean, forget it. Men are basically hunters. They stopped hunting. Now we hunt for dollar bills, which is sad, because when you came home and a saber-toothed tiger had ripped your hand, you say, want a glass of water? It was there. There was no argument about that, right? And no, that's it. Keep moving. I have 2 cars. My wife's got one on the license plate that says keep moving. My car says courage. And that's all I learned, to have the courage to keep moving.
Will you take a role for money only?
I have when I needed it. I don't have to do it now. I consider myself 60% virgin, 40% whore. The important thing is there's no differential. If there's 50-50, you can tell me what I am. But if it's 60-40, you can't.
Ever turned down anything you regretted?
Yeah, Patton.
You turned down Patton?
I don't believe in war. I didn't want to glorify generals. Somebody, well, you did Napoleon. I said, jackass, that was history. Now I wish I did. If I did Patton half as good as Mr. Scott, I might have walked into The Godfather. Big career mistake.
Did you read for The Godfather?
No, it was all over. No, Marlon did his own test for it, and he did a great job. And no, I'm telling you how the town goes.
You turned down Patton?
Yeah.
Because you don't like war.
Well, I'm kind of a...
You're an actor.
Huh?
You're an actor.
Well, I don't like... I believe... No, our generation was much more socially conscious. We wouldn't keep doing violence for violence sake. When violence was in the scripts we did, it brought the character forward or the story forward.
Truth, when you saw the film, did you say, oh, I made a mistake?
Well, of course I did, yeah. No, when I saw, wait a minute, no.
Now you watch it.
No, an actor always waits for reviews. When the, when the picture got good reviews, I said, oh boy, you're a real genius. Well, that's why we have managers and agents. I can't sit with somebody and say, well, I think I'm worth. That's embarrassing. How do you do that? So you give some guy 10% so you're not embarrassed.
Do you enjoy life out here?
Oh yeah, I was going back and forth, and finally I had to move out here. When I came out here, they said, don't you go near Beverly Hills, don't you go near Bel Air, you'll be contaminated. You understand? Contaminated. I went down to Malibu Beach. I was on the streets when I was a kid. There was a house on the beach for $160 a month. I was a kid from Newark. I had a private beach, $160. I've been in Malibu 40 years. I still don't come in town much.
The hair is gone.
Well, I didn't say anything about your wig. I've been sitting there.
I don't have a wig.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Right. No, it's gone. I hope you're happy. I hope you don't sleep tonight.
Some people look great without it.
Don't try to make up.
You're one. I'm not. You could put on a wig. You look fantastic.
I got to repeat what Yul Brynner tried to convince people. You have no hair. He said you're more virile, right? It's a lie. It's a lie.
There's nothing lying about you.
Thank you very much.
Rod Steiger once told an interviewer he wanted his tombstone to read, "See you later." Could be. We'll certainly be seeing him again and again in the remarkable movies he made. Rod Steiger, a big man, left a big acting legacy. Thanks for watching this special look back. I'm Larry King. Good night.
Because you're so damn smart. You're smarter than any white man. You're just going to stay here and show us all. You got such a big head that you could never live with yourself unless you could put us all to shame. You want to know something, Virgil? I don't think that you could let an opportunity like that pass by.